Something extraordinary just happened in the heart of Europe that you absolutely need to know about, because when kings and queens gather together in our modern world, it usually means something significant is unfolding, and this time the spotlight is on culture, unity, and a celebration that promises to reshape how we think about European heritage and the bonds that tie nations together across centuries of shared history and artistic achievement. The Belgian capital recently witnessed a moment of pure elegance and diplomatic brilliance as King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of Belgium stood alongside Spain's King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia to inaugurate Europalia 2025. And if you haven't heard of Europalia before, then prepare to discover one of Europe's most ambitious and transformative cultural initiatives that has been bringing nations together through the universal language of art for decades. This isn't just another royal photo opportunity or a ceremonial ribbon cutting. This is about two kingdoms joining hands to showcase the depth, diversity, and magnificence of Spanish culture to audiences across Belgium and beyond, creating a bridge of understanding that transcends politics and speaks directly to the human experience through paintings, sculptures, music, dance, literature, cinema, and every conceivable form of artistic expression. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, share this video with anyone who loves culture, history, or royal affairs, and drop a comment below telling us which aspect of Spanish culture you're most excited to explore, because your engagement helps us bring you more fascinating content about the events and stories that shape our world, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming as we dive deep into why this particular Europalia edition matters so profoundly in today's geopolitical climate. Europalia has been operating as Europe's premier international arts festival since 1969. Making it one of the longest-running and most respected cultural platforms on the continent, and every 2 to 3 years this remarkable initiative selects a guest country to showcase comprehensively across Belgium through hundreds of exhibitions, performances, screenings, lectures, and interactive experiences that transform museums, concert halls, theaters, galleries, and public spaces into windows opening onto another nation's soul. Previous editions have featured countries from every corner of the globe, including India, Turkey, Indonesia, Russia, and many others, but there's something particularly special about having Spain as the honored guest nation, because the historical, artistic, and cultural connections between Spain and Belgium run incredibly deep, stretching back centuries through periods of shared rule, artistic exchange, royal marriages, and the complex tapestry of European history that has woven these two nations together in ways that continue to resonate today. The inauguration ceremony itself was a masterclass in diplomatic elegance, with both royal couples demonstrating the warm personal relationships that exist between European monarchies even as their countries navigate the complexities of modern continental cooperation. And the symbolism of having two reigning monarchs present simultaneously cannot be overstated, because in our contemporary world where royal families increasingly occupy ceremonial rather than political roles, these moments of joint appearance carry weight precisely because they represent continuity, tradition, and the enduring soft power that cultural diplomacy exercises in international relations. King Philippe, known for his reserved yet deeply committed approach to promoting Belgian unity and European integration, and Queen Mathilde, celebrated for her advocacy in education, mental health, and sustainable development, welcomed their Spanish counterparts with genuine warmth that spoke volumes about the friendship between these nations. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain brought their own distinctive style to the occasion, with Felipe representing a monarchy that has worked tirelessly to modernize and remain relevant in 21st century Spain while maintaining deep respect for tradition, and Letizia, a former journalist who brings a refreshingly contemporary perspective to royal duties, embodying a new generation of European queens who balance elegance with accessibility and substance with style. Together these four individuals represent not just their respective nations but a vision of Europe that celebrates diversity while recognizing shared values, that honors the past while embracing the future, and that understands culture as the invisible thread connecting people across borders, languages, and historical differences. What makes Europalia 2025 particularly compelling is the breadth and depth of programming that will unfold over the coming months, with Spanish culture being presented in all its glorious complexity, from the ancient Iberian civilizations through Roman and Moorish influences, the golden age of Spanish painting with masters like Velázquez, Goya, and El Greco, the architectural genius of Gaudí, the revolutionary fervor of Picasso, the surrealist visions of Dali and Miro, the passionate intensity of flamenco, the literary brilliance of Cervantes and Lorca, contemporary cinema from Almodovar and others, cutting-edge contemporary art, innovative design, culinary traditions that have influenced global gastronomy, and so much more that visitors will need months to fully absorb everything on offer. Museums across Belgium from Brussels to Antwerp, Ghent to Bruges are participating in this cultural extravaganza, lending their prestigious spaces to exhibitions that many Belgians and international visitors might never otherwise have the opportunity to experience without traveling to Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, or other Spanish cultural capitals. The timing of this Europalia edition carries particular significance because Europe finds itself at a crossroads, facing questions about unity, identity, migration, economic cooperation, and its role on the global stage, and in such moments cultural initiatives take on heightened importance because they remind us of what binds us together rather than what drives us apart. They showcase the contributions each nation makes to our collective heritage. They demonstrate that diversity strengthens rather than weakens the European project, and they provide spaces where people can encounter the unfamiliar with curiosity rather than fear, with appreciation rather than prejudice, with openness rather than suspicion. When royal families from different nations come together to champion cultural exchange, they're making a statement that transcends the immediate event. They're affirming that despite political disagreements or economic tensions, the deeper bonds of shared civilization remain strong and worth celebrating. Spain's contribution to European and world culture cannot be overstated. From the architectural wonders of Alhambra to the literary masterpiece of Don Quixote, from the haunting power of Spanish guitar to the explosive energy of flamenco, from the revolutionary cubist experiments of Picasso to the dreamlike canvases of Dali, from the Gothic quarter of Barcelona to the contemporary architectural marvels reshaping Spanish cities, from traditional tapas culture to modernist culinary innovations that have revolutionized global gastronomy, Spain has consistently pushed boundaries, challenged conventions, embraced influences from Africa, the Americas, and beyond, and synthesized diverse traditions into something uniquely and unmistakably Spanish. Europalia 2025 offers audiences the chance to understand this cultural richness not as isolated artifacts in museum cases but as a living, breathing, evolving tradition that continues to shape how we see, hear, taste, move, and imagine the world around us. The presence of both royal couples at the inauguration also highlights the continuing relevance of monarchy in modern Europe, not as political power centers but as cultural ambassadors, symbols of continuity, and conveners of attention for causes and initiatives that might otherwise struggle for visibility in our fragmented media landscape. When King Philippe and King Felipe stand together opening an arts festival, they're leveraging the residual fascination that royalty still commands to direct public attention toward culture, education, and international understanding, using their platforms not for personal aggrandizement but for promoting the kind of soft diplomacy that builds bridges between peoples and creates foundations for peaceful coexistence that political agreements alone cannot achieve. Belgium itself serves as the perfect host for such an initiative given its position as the de facto capital of the European Union, its multilingual character with Dutch, French, and German-speaking communities, its history as a crossroads of European culture and commerce, and its remarkable concentration of world-class museums, concert halls, and cultural institutions despite being one of Europe's smaller nations. When Europalia brings a guest country to Belgium, it's not just exposing Belgian audiences to new cultural experiences but leveraging Belgium's central location and international character to create ripple effects throughout Europe, attracting visitors from neighboring countries, generating media coverage across the continent, and reinforcing Belgium's role as a cultural hub where European diversity finds expression and celebration. The months ahead will see Spanish artists, performers, curators, filmmakers, chefs, designers, and cultural practitioners of every description descending on Belgium to share their work, engage with local audiences, collaborate with Belgian counterparts, and create the kind of cross-pollination that generates new artistic movements, fresh perspectives, and lasting relationships between creative communities. These human connections, these moments of shared wonder before a painting or shared exhilaration during a performance, these conversations between artists from different traditions, these discoveries that audiences make when encountering unfamiliar art forms, These are the building blocks of a truly integrated Europe that goes beyond economic treaties and political structures to touch something deeper in the human spirit. For anyone who cares about art, culture, history, international relations, or simply the enduring power of beauty and creativity to transcend our differences, Europalia 2025 represents an unmissable opportunity. Whether you can physically visit Belgium during the festival period or you follow the coverage and engage with the digital programming that increasingly accompanies such initiatives. The fact that two royal couples deemed this event worthy of their personal presence and the diplomatic weight that such appearances carry tells us everything we need to know about the significance that European leaders attach to cultural exchange as a foundation for the kind of continent they hope to build and pass on to future generations. After learning about this magnificent celebration of Spanish culture taking place in Belgium with the blessing and participation of both nations' royal families, seeing how art and culture continue to serve as bridges between peoples and nations in our increasingly complex world, understanding the depth of programming that Europalia offers and the careful curation that goes into presenting an entire nation's cultural heritage to foreign audiences, and recognizing the diplomatic and symbolic importance of such initiatives especially in times when unity feels fragile and divisions seem to deepen, here's what I want to know from you. Which aspect of Spanish culture do you think has had the most profound influence on European civilization? And if you could attend just one exhibition or performance during Europalia 2025, what would you choose and why?